I have been at the Concilio for 13 years, and in that time we have used CNM in numerous ways, and we've benefited from it so much. Things as simple as learning how to use QuickBooks better, how to set up a chart of accounts, to as complex as board development, board training, and high-level strategic planning.
I personally have been utilizing the services for United Way for just over a year now. We've been using the grant writing services and support and have found that to be a tremendous asset and resource for the organization.
3 years ago I moved here and accepted the responsibilities as Chief Executive Officer here at the Samaritan Inn, and came to a point where, as a board, I felt like it was important for us to spend some time in order for them to both get acquainted with one another, but to help us in our strategic goals and planning. Had it not been for that strategic moment in the life of our board and the governance of our agency, we wouldn't be where we are today. Through the help of CNM, we were able to get above and beyond that hurdle and move to the next stage of growth and development.
The Center for Nonprofit Management brings a perspective that no one else can really bring to us, and they help us sort of think through some of the issues that we have. They bring solutions that they've tested with other organizations. They know the best practices that are working throughout the community, and that's not something we can get everywhere. So we appreciate the expertise that the Center for Nonprofit Management brings to the Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas.
I really benefited from the Leader Circle. We had a facilitator with CNM that created the space for trust and for support, so that I felt that I had someone that I could count on, that I knew I could be completely transparent about my challenges and not only not be judged, but be nurtured and given the tools that I needed to be able to compensate and grow that part of leadership.
Grant writing is something that's really unique and takes a specialized skill. So we wanted to go with an organization that had both the bandwidth, talent, understanding, and the ability to really dig in deeply to our organization and transform that from the verbal to a compelling written document. And we've been quite successful, not only in receiving grants, but also being introduced to new grant opportunities that we may have not otherwise applied for.
The reason for signing on to CN Impact is very, very simple. When you're starting to collect data, it's wonderful to have an expert that's helping you along, and not just any expert, but an expert that's willing to take the time to really roll up their sleeves and get their elbows dirty alongside you.
What CNM has helped us do from the very beginning is to collect that data, so when we are 10, 15, 20 years down the road, and we'll have that and we can grow with CNM.
The fact is, for the community to feel good about supporting the Salvation Army, we have to be able to measure what we do and measure our results against our mission. We had actually had people on our staff that were charged with measuring outcomes for a while, and we just weren't getting the results. So we knew we had to do something different. And so CN Impact is going to help us do that in a very affordable way, something that we can actually afford to do, something that will be done with great excellence, and something that will help us really tell our story in the community.
At the Boys and Girls Club, we serve hundreds and thousands of members, and each one of those members generates really hundreds of thousands of different data points. CNM has helped us figure out how to really navigate through all of that data to understand exactly what our young people are accomplishing.
If you are a nonprofit looking for a solution, if you're a nonprofit that's just getting started in a key space, you can know and trust that CNM has that information that they're able to bring to the table. It's trusted information, it's practiced information, it's tried and true, and I think that's a really important thing.
I think people should know how helpful the staff at CNM is. I have called to ask myriad questions, and the staff at CNM is always so willing and eager to help support nonprofits in the community.
The one thing that everyone needs to know about CNM is that everyone that comes to you and tells you you need to approach CNM is correct. Do it, don't question it. Make that the first thing that you do, because I firmly believe that that's the difference in a lot of organizations, whether they succeed or fail. Having that type of expertise, having that type of human capital at the very beginning, which is when you really need it the most, is not just crucial, it's invaluable.
If you have a lot of data and you're not sure what it is you want to do with it in order to make the best decisions in leading your nonprofit, CNM's where you need to start. They have the ability to really help you figure out what is the logic model that you really are using, and in fact, what are the data points that come out of that logic model. CNM helps us understand how our programs are working and how to help them work better.
Their services are for you. It's not about a check the box thing for CNM. It's about how can we help you be the best you.
I would say you need to discover the diversity that CNM has in its portfolio of services. You might think you understand what CNM does and who they are. I'm here to tell you you probably don't understand the full breadth of what they do. So go exploring and get connected and find out the rich resource that our region is blessed with through CNM.